Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the Kahoks. I said the Kahoks, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to see it, yes, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores.
High school champions.
Yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, and we're glad that you're with us here on the first Monday in December as we get you ready for some Lady Kahok basketball. Welcome. We've been waiting for a while for basketball season to start, and you know what? We are paid off with our patience in waiting for basketball season to start because both the boys and the girls won their season opening tournaments that they were involved in. Of course, we'll talk about the boys more on Friday, but we have girls basketball for you now, fresh off of their championship finish in the Nashville Thanksgiving tournament. Your Collinsville Kahoks come in with a record of 4-0. They will be taking on the Civic Memorial Lady Eagles, who come in with a record of 5-0. They also captured a holiday tournament, and it took them 5 games as they were champions of the Taylorville Holiday Tournament. So two teams that have not lost a game, and that's going to change here tonight as these two teams will square off in the Lady Kahoks home opener of the 2019-2020 season. We welcome you into the Chiropractic Works pregame show brought to you by my friend Dr. Chris McCluskey. He's the owner of Chiropractic Works, and he and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible Live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call, 343-3602, or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. We told you the records. Collinsville is coached by Lori Billy. She is in her 10th year, and she brings with her tonight an overall record of 118 wins and 128 losses. She will be opposed by Jonathan Denny. He is into his 14th season as the head coach of the Lady Eagles and has 291 wins to show for it, to go along with just 118 losses. Collinsville defeated Benton, Pinckneyville, Mount Vernon, and then Nashville in their season opening tournament win at Nashville. For the Lady Eagles, they defeated Jacksonville, Mount Zion, Taylorville, Hillsboro, and then Rochester in the championship game to take the trophy away at Taylorville. So this should be a pretty good early season matchup between these two schools right before they get their conference schedules underway. Had a chance to talk things over with Collinsville head coach Lori Billy just a little while ago. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment. We can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are back in the Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Haven't been here since the end of volleyball season, but fall sports are over. Time for winter sports to get underway in a bigger way than just hockey. It's finally basketball season. And joining us now, your coach of your Nashville Thanksgiving Tournament champion, Lady Collinsville Kahok basketball team, Lori Billy. How are you, Coach? How'd that sound?
That sounds awesome. I like hearing that.
All right, so we'll get to that here in a minute. So tell us about leading up to the start of the season during the holiday week, how things have progressed since you guys were first allowed to get together.
Well, since the beginning of the season, we've spent a lot of time working on free throw shooting, just every day, working on threes, working on jump shots, and it really did pay off for us. The last game, we kind of hit a wall with free throws, but prior to that, we had some really good days at the line, and the kids have just worked hard, and they've been really, really focused. We've been working on, making sure that we're working together as a family, as a team, and realizing how important it is to be a unit. And these kids they're dedicated, and they're ready to go. They're ready to play.
And you've got some good ones coming back, man. Your senior class is loaded this year with Mitchell and Knutson and Liljegren, and I'm probably forgetting somebody, but that's a stellar senior group coming back. No,
it is. Natalie Becker is the other senior, and they've been together since they were in third grade, and so they're really used to each other. When you look at it, we've got 4 of our 5 starters from last year, and again, they've really worked hard on getting to know each other, and they can look at each other and know what the other one's thinking. So, having that group back is really a good thing for us.
I don't want to flash forward to senior night or anything like that, but I remember watching Liljegren come out on the floor and play a couple of rounds for you as a freshman, and I've watched her grow up all the way through that. So I know how you got to feel just a little bit.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, Faith was a baby when Kelly coached with us. So having watched Faith grow up and then watch her from third grade on when she played, I can't believe they're seniors. It's just all of them. I've watched all of them play since they were little. I've known them all practically as long as they've been alive. So it's going to be I can't think about it. It's going to be hard.
All right, let's flash back then and talk about something that you like to think about, the Nashville tournament. Tell us about it, start to finish. Your thoughts.
We played Benton first night, and I thought we did a really good job. First half, we were flat. We came out pretty flat. Talked about it, came back out in the second half, and just really dominated. Kind of put it away within the first 3 or 4 minutes of the third quarter. And they had a couple of kids that could play really well, and I felt like we were able to shut them down and take care of business. Then the next night we played Pinckneyville. They've got some kids that can shoot. Their point guard, number 23, is a really good player. The night before, she had scored 38 points. So we knew that we had to sit down and guard her. And again, we were able to settle down after the first half. We were able to settle down in the second half and just put the game away. Came back out Saturday morning against Mount Vernon. We're not a great morning team, I'll tell you that, even though it was noon. And we were able to take some kids out of the game for them. They've got some kids that can really play, and I was impressed with how much better they've gotten since last year even. But like I said, we in the second half came back out and had them down 25 and kept them at about 20 the rest of the game. End of the game, they got within 16, and we had some of our kids out, and buzzers going off, and the kid hits a 3 to get them within 13. So it looked a lot closer than it really was, but good game. And then, the championship game was it was a fun game. I wish it would have ended a little differently, and we could have done it in regulation, but had to go into overtime and held them to no points in overtime. So.
Yeah, I was listening to that one on the radio right after I got through watching the boys do their thing as well. So that was a fun night for me as well. I don't normally get to just watch things. I'm usually participating, so that was kind of cool. Okay, so that takes us to tonight, your home opener for this season, and man, it doesn't get any easier because this is a Civic Memorial team that is very strong. Anna Hall, as a sophomore, led their team in scoring last year. So what's your game plan? How are you going to thwart Civic Memorial, and what about your Kahoks and what they need to do?
Civic has always been a good team. Last 6 or 7 years with Coach Denny, he has pushed them. They've been to state several times, and last year, the Hall kid, like you said, was their leading scorer. She's their leading scorer this year. They got the Tyus kid, who's their point guard, and not only can she handle the ball, but she can shoot. They got a couple other guards that just can shoot lights out, and so our job is to contain them. We're going to make sure that Anna Hall doesn't have the night of her life tonight, and so we've talked about what we have to do defensively to get into the right positions to make it tougher for her to be able to score. And then on our end, we just have to be able to finish. And we have to be able to be under control, move our offense, be able to get the ball inside and attack and drive as much as we can.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Lori Biller, your Collinsville Lady Kahok basketball head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show, starting rosters. We'll bring those to you next on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Todd Duke and Zach Roseman along with you as we are just about set for some action here between Collinsville and Civic Memorial. For the Eagles, they will trot out 5'7" junior Tori Standifer, 5'7" senior Cortland Tyus, 5'9" junior Anna Hall. We told you about her a little bit earlier and in the pregame show interview with Coach Billy. Jackie Wolfel, a 6' junior. And then number 13, Harper Buss, a 5'9" junior for Civic Memorial. For your Collinsville Kahawks, 5'7" senior Faith Lodgren will lead her team out to the floor, along with 5'10" junior Astasia Bush. Katie Knutson is back, her senior season. She is 5'11". Kristen Mitchell joins her. She is a 6' senior. And Riley Doyle, a 5'7" junior, rounds out the starting five for your Collinsville Kahawks. So, returning starters, we told you about Anna Hall, 609 points last year. She led her team, and she also led in the rebound department with 328. And the number 2 person on the points list, Cortland Tyus, she's back, 378 points, and she was 3rd on the team in rebounds with 120. She also led the Eagles with the 3-point department, hitting 54 of 173 for 31.2%. Zach Roseman on the other microphone. Zach, the Eagles, man, they only lost 3 girls. They lost 162 points out of 1,937 scored last year.
Well, I mean, the Eagles bring a lot back, some very good talent. Obviously, Anna Hall, Cortland Tyus had a lot of success up in Taylorville, blowed a lot of teams out. I think the closest game was the Rochester game, where they lost by they won by 30.
Collinsville turns the ball over first as they touched it first, and Civic Memorial came back. Collinsville knocked it out of bounds on a good defensive play there, so we start off scoreless, and that's where we are right now while the Eagles have the ball. Out front at Standifer. Over here in the corner, that is Tyus. Tyus with a one-arm slingshot back over to Standifer. She launches a 3. That hits the rim. There's Tyus with the rebound. She puts it back in, and we are underway. There is Faith Liljegren. Liljegren brings it all the way up the right wing, dishes it off right outside the lane to Knutson, off the glass in the rim, won't fall in, and the rebound, that belongs to Civic Memorial. So Collinsville already down 2-0 and didn't score on their next possession, so they're 0 for 2 on offensive possessions thus far. Out to Tyus out front, and then she'll just trade places with Standifer. Standifer will then hand it off to the top of the key for Buss. Buss over into the top of the key area again. Back to Tyus for 3. That's a little bit short, and the rebound belongs to the Collinsville Kahawks. Here is Liljegren. Liljegren settles down on the right wing, shoves one into the corner now for Knutson. Knutson from the corner drives the baseline and then has the ball knocked away from her and out of bounds. Collinsville will retain possession.
Quick pace to start out so far. See how well. Not quite sure that Civic Memorial can keep this pace indefinitely, but we'll see.
Riley Doyle inbounds, and immediately Knutson with just one step, and she ties this game up at 2. Now Tyus out front near the sideline here on the near side. She'll direct traffic and bring it out to the top of the key in between the circles. And then out front all the way for Anna Hall. Back out front we go for Wolfel, and over to Tyus, who once again directs traffic with 6:15 left to play here in this opening quarter. Almost a travel there by Hall, but she gives it back to Tyus, and Tyus can't seem to find the rim right now, and a whistle as coming down with the rebound was Wolfel, but she steps out of bounds with it, so count the rebound, but also count the turnover. Collinsville trying to take advantage of that. Here is Knutson in the backcourt, brings it up over on the left wing, down to the top of the key for Liljegren. She had that ball stolen from her, knocked away by Tyus. It finds the hands of Standifer, and here come the Eagles once again, trying to regroup and get that basket back that they just turned over, but the rebound belongs to Knutson. She spins at the center court line, gives it to Kristen Mitchell on a little tap. Mitchell spins and stops and hands it back to Knutson. Knutson over on the left wing, shoves it into the corner now for Doyle. Doyle, baseline pass underneath Liljegren, and she uses a little bit of glass and a little bit more rim. And Collinsville is out front by a score of 4-2. And there's a whistle on the play. We have our first foul. This one's going to belong to Collinsville, and it's going to belong to Kristen Mitchell.
Kind of a little bit of a sloppy start. Both teams looking a little rushed so far, for lack of a better term.
Harper Buss at the free throw line, where she is 5 of 9 so far in the early going, and she hits one there. Yeah, I'm using a football scoreboard. I didn't realize they didn't have the license for the basketball scoreboard. Come on now. So, all right, why isn't this thing? Come on now. All right, guess I'm going to have to use that. Oh, now it's not even working for that. Why did it say it right? All right. Somehow or another, I hit end game on this thing, and it stopped. So now I have to reset it. Reset.
Steal by Collinsville. Shot up and good by Riley Doyle.
Doyle make it. Sorry, folks, got to restart my scoreboard all over again. Somehow or another, I hit stop and didn't even realize it.
10-second call. Turnover for the Eagles.
All right. That's 6. And 4. Kristen Mitchell with a three-pointer.
And a steal by near steal by Astasia Bush. Dribble it on the sideline.
All right. I won't try to touch the screen anymore. We'll have to use the arrow. I think that's where something went wrong there. All right, here is Tyus for Civic Memorial, who trail right now 9-4, and almost another turnover. Tyus gets it, bounces it at the free throw line, and then a baseline shot finds the mark for Anna Hall, and Anna Hall is going to have a bonus opportunity. And that's going to go against Katie Knutson. That'll be her first, team second. And at the free throw line will be Anna Hall, where so far this year she is 24 of 28. Really? Wow. That's a lot of trips to the free throw line in the early going of the season. She misses. And Collinsville gets the rebound. Liljegren with it in the paint, and a shot by Mitchell. Count it, and the bruise as well.
Good start for the Kahawks early.
Jackie Wolfel. That's Kristen Mitchell going to the free throw line, where so far on the year she's 10 of 15 and now making 11 of 16. (12-6) and a steal. Here's Kristen Mitchell again. A little shot that won't go in. And the rebound this time belongs to Civic Memorial. They bring it down. Here is Tyus. No good on her shot. And a rebound by Mitchell. She flings it to Liljegren. Faith in the paint. Bounces it outside. Katie Knutson, good for 2. The Eagles trying to settle things down. Here's Tyus with another 3. That one's also short. She is 0 for 4 from three-point land, and Collinsville picks up their 5th rebound. And the Kahawks are off and running, 14-6 with 3:40 left to play here in this first quarter. Here is Liljegren putting on some nice moves in the paint, and whistle on the play, and a foul. That one is going to go against Mara Niemeyer, who came into the game a little bit ago, and now Kelby Zupan is checking into the game for the first time for the Eagles. Collinsville not making any changes thus far. Doyle inbounds to Knutson. Knutson at the top of the key. Steps in the perimeter, then back out over to Kristen Mitchell. Mitchell flings it over to Bush. Bush drives just outside the lane. Can't find anybody to move, so she takes the shot, but that gets mostly air, and Tyus brings it up now for the Eagles at the free throw line. Tries to get around Doyle. Turns around, takes a shot, rattles, but won't fall. And the rebound belongs to Kristen Mitchell, who gives to Knutson. And Katie brings it up slowly with 3:05 left to play here in this first quarter. Collinsville up 14-6. Bounce pass over to Liljegren. Liljegren inside now to Mitchell. Mitchell just outside, takes the shot off the edge of the backboard. And the rebound belongs to the Eagles, but not anymore. That's their 5th turnover. Liljegren brings it up. Left side, right side, touches it outside. Bush underneath, good.
Timeout, Civic Memorial.
Collinsville leads by a score of 16-6. We have a timeout on the floor, so we'll step aside for just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here in Collinsville. It's the home opener for the Lady Kahok basketball team, and a pretty good start, wouldn't you say there, sir?
Yes, Collinsville sort of game kind of took off at a very frenetic pace. Both teams running a press, so I guess that makes a certain amount of sense. Looks like Civic Memorial especially tried to slow it down. But the shots really aren't falling for the Eagles.
No,
so
they
far.
are not. That's 0 for 5 now on three-point shots as Collinsville ends up with yet another rebound. Kahawks bring it up. Here is Knutson. Bounces it into the corner for Doyle. Top of the key for Mitchell. She takes it around to the right wing. Inside, and no good on the shot. Rebound, that belongs to the Eagles. And here they come. Civic Memorial brings it up. And at the free throw line, shot taken there and made by Anna Hall. And that trims the lead to 16-8 in favor of Collinsville. There is Astacia Bush. Bush across the timeline into the corner for Kristen Mitchell. Mitchell out to the top of the key for Faith Liljegren. Faith over on the left wing. Brings it back out to the big purple Indian head surrounded by the sea here in midcourt. There's a steal, and this one's going to be a pretty easy one for Zupan, and she nails it. And now a timeout called by Collinsville, so back-to-back timeouts. We will step aside as well. We're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman with you as we are 1 minute and 27 seconds away from the first quarter expiring here, in this home opener for Collinsville. Kahok's up right now, 16-10, but it was 16-6 just a minute ago, so Collinsville needs to cool things off, and that's why Coach Billy called a 60-second timeout. Get her troops calmed down a little bit. Here is Riley Doyle. Doyle picks up her dribble, and she's trapped by Tyus, but now Tyus delivers and pass to Bush. Doesn't quite hit the mark, and the rebound is picked up by Bush after it bangs off about 12 bodies down there. And now Doyle has it. Out at the top of the key. Gives it up now to Liljegren. Faith is bumped. Got the ball knocked away from her, but I believe that Claire Christensen has got more skin than she did ball, and I think she's going to be the one that's going to be called. Maybe not. Oh, we're going to call it on Niemeyer.
It's her second.
Her second, team third. Collinsville has 2 fouls so far, and we're under a minute to go here in this first quarter. Riley Doyle looking to inbound, and then an inbound pass that initially hit the CM player, bounces to Liljegren, and now Kristen Mitchell with it at the top of the key. Back out front to Doyle, over onto the right wing for Liljegren, inside for Knutson. She turns around, takes the shot, can't get it to fall, and the rebound belongs to Christensen for Civic Memorial. Here is Tyus. She'll fling one over into the corner now for Zupan, and finally, the Lady Eagles are able to hit a three-pointer, their first one in 6 tries.
That was a 2, I believe.
That one hurt one of the Civic Memorial players down in the front row of the bleachers, and I believe that her legs got tangled up with Liljegren's. There was no malice there in that, but the young lady for Civic Memorial is still down on the floor being looked at by the athletic trainer here, Amanda Bauer, for Collinsville. So we'll step aside during an injury timeout. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Kelby Zupan was the injured Lady Eagle, but she got up and walked off the court under her own power, so hopefully she's okay. We're back to action with 20 seconds left to play here in this first quarter, and Collinsville turns the ball over. Astasia Bush lost her dribble, and by the time she actually found it, the ball was on the purple stripe. So CM with a chance with 20 seconds left.
Jordan Gary, the freshman.
Yep, Jordan Gary, the 5'6" freshman, comes into this game for the first time. Takes the place of Riley Doyle. Or excuse me, who did she take the place of? Oh, Liljegren.
Yeah.
Here's a shot just outside of the free throw line by CM, and the rebound is put back up and in by Christensen.
We have a stop it.
And we're going to have a foul against Katie Knutson for something.
Double technical, apparently.
I'm not sure. I didn't see it.
Yelled. Referee said something to Knutson and 35 for the Eagles.
At the buzzer. Oh, off the right off the middle of the glass, but yeah, it wasn't going to make it. And we end one period, go to the next period. And Collinsville, who had a 16-6 lead just a minute ago, now leads by 2, 16-14 in favor of the Kahawks. And we're back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes that bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman along with you. It was a good start of the first quarter by the Lady Kahawks as they had a 10-point lead at 16-6, kind of disintegrated there in the latter parts of that first quarter, and now Collinsville just leads by 2 at 16-14.
Well, sort of at the beginning there, the Eagles were ice cold, and the Kahawks seemed to be sitting everything, and now sort of, maybe not to quite the degree, but the roles have reversed a bit.
So CM with the ball here is Tyus. Tyus over on the left wing, out to the top of the key now, and Booth with the ball, and back out front we go to Standifer. Standifer in between the circles, we call that the slot. Over to Tyus on the left wing once again. Being watched by Liljegren, doesn't move much, does Tyus. Over to Wolfel. Back out front now for Tyus. Tyus back over to her original spot on the left wing. And then into the paint for Standifer, and she is being all kinds of pressured there, and finally a little bit too much pressure by Jordan Gary. She supplied the hack on the arm, and she'll get called for her first foul. Collinsville's third. Inbound pass comes in, and immediately a shot put up by Anna Hall. And Hall now has 6. Here is Gary. Gary had the ball taken right out of her hands by Tyus. Collinsville's 5th turnover. That matches just as many as CM has. And then Tyus banks it off the glass for her 4th point. And it is now a 18-16 lead in favor of CM. They have flipped the tables here. Oh, gave him one too many there. And another turnover by Collinsville. And there's Hall with a bounce pass, and she gets it right back off the bottom. No good. Rebound, though, is picked up and put back in by Harper Booz. And things are getting a little out of control here now as Collinsville trails by 4. Here's Kristen Mitchell. Over to Katie Knutson. Knutson in the slot. Over to Liljegren. Liljegren across the way now for Mitchell. Mitchell over into the corner for Gary. Gary comes out of there in front of the CM bench. And then gets pressured by Tyus underneath. Pass to Bush. No good on the shot. And the rebound belongs to Civic Memorial. They bring it up. Here is Standifer. She takes a shot. That one's in. Standifer's first points of the game.
It's a 16-0 run.
And now the ball ends up going out of bounds. That's off of the shin of Hall. And Collinsville will get a turnover, which they desperately need now. We went from 16-6 Collinsville to 22-16 Civic Memorial. Bounce pass comes into Katie Knutson. Being pressured by Hall. Gets it up to Liljegren. Liljegren gets around and has got to deal with Standifer. Now Liljegren backs up a bit. And at the top of the key, she'll give it up over on the far side for Doyle. Doyle into the paint, takes the shot. Can't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to the Lady Eagles, and Collinsville now the ones that can't get the basket to fall. Over here in the corner it goes to Standifer. 3-point shot. That one falls a little short, and the rebound belongs to Faith Liljegren. Liljegren trying to get around Standifer once again. Liljegren brings it up into the perimeter and takes the shot off balance. She's fouled, so she'll go to the line for 2. This is going to be Jackie Wolfel. That'll be her second. Team 4th. 5:17 left to go here in this first half, and at the line is Faith Liljegren. She's 12 of 24 from the line so far this year, so right now at 50%. And that climbed up just a bit. And that's Collinsville's first point in a long time. A 16-0 run just ended with that shot by Liljegren. The 16-0 run supplied by the Lady Eagles. Liljegren, her next shot. That one bounces high off of the back of the rim and into the hands of the Lady Eagles. Here is Taya. She throws the ball away. And just when Bush was going to go grab it, she got a piece of it long enough to bank it off of the knee of Standifer. So back-to-back turnovers here by Civic Memorial. Collinsville looking for some more points. Here is Katie Knutson. Knutson into the backcourt. And she's being watched by Booz. Booz almost poked that ball out of there. Here is Liljegren. She drives into the paint, takes the shot, but instead it ends up being kind of a shot pass right in midair. I think she changed her mind, and that ball ends up going out of bounds and becomes the Lady Kahoks' 7th turnover. Here is Tyus to Standifer. Out front now for Booz. Booz drives, hands it off to Tyus, who hands it off to Standifer, who then hands it off once again, and after a couple of few hands off, Tyus gets it back into the paint and takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound won't go. Hall gets a second chance, and a foul will send her to the free throw line.
And that'll be on Kristen Mitchell, I would think.
Mitchell picks up her second. Back-to-back rebounds by Hall, and she couldn't get it to fall, so now she'll get a free chance. And they're going to let Boo's going to take this shot. Oh, it's not a shooting foul. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. Looks like it was sort of CM player rebounded it, and then Kristen sort of knocked her over.
Tyus gets it into Hall, who just in front of the free throw line makes it anyway. After all that, Hall is now up to 8 points. And it's a 24-17 Civic Memorial lead. Here is Faith Liljegren. Underhand pass that never made it to its destination, which was Riley Doyle. Collinsville, that's a bad turnover there, and Collinsville will be lucky if they don't give up any point. Ooh, there's a body check there. Man, that's harder than some hockey checks I've seen by Jenna Christensen. I know she didn't mean to do it. Going to call it the other way? Man, oh man. Nastasia Bush got totally bumped off of that ball.
And Coach Billy doesn't look to be too happy about it either, so.
Man. 5 team fouls now for Collinsville, 4 for CM. And they don't have the ball anymore. A pass picked off by Bush, and Bush brings it up, bounces it to Liljegren, and Liljegren lost control of it. As she was going up for the shot, she banged it off of her thigh and out of bounds, and Collinsville can't get out of their own way right now. 9th turnover here in this game for Collinsville, and we're just halfway through quarter number 2. 4 minutes down, 4 minutes to go. Here is Cortland Tyus for the Eagles. Over on the right wing, she'll ditch the ball off and give it to Zupan, who's back in the game after being injured. Here's Tyus now trying to lob pass, but that's knocked away by Knutson, but somehow or another, CM stays with it, and then Tyus tries a three-point shot. That's no good. Rebound belongs to CM once again, and another three-point shot. This one, and Hall just nailed it. 27-17, 10-point lead swing. Collinsville led 16-6. Now it's 27-17 in favor of CM, and Collinsville can't get their own rebound, and a foul will go against the Kahoks. And Nastasia Bush will pick up her second, team 6th. As Gary comes back in for Collinsville, in for the first time, Natalie Becker, along with Katie Knutson. Nastasia Bush and Riley Doyle. Here is Tyus. 3:10 left to play here in this first half. Tyus out front and gives it up. Back out front for Hall. Over on the far side wing now for Ray. That is Isaiah Ray into the game for the first time. And Ray takes it all the way back to the midcourt stripe almost before she finally gives it up now for Zupan once again. Bounce pass intended inside for Hall. Ball on the ground, and it's picked up. Oh, wait a minute. Now you can't call that. She tripped over Astasia Bush's legs when Astasia was already on the ground.
That's the third.
That's horrible.
That's the third foul that referee has called on Astasia Bush.
Astasia was laying on the ground. And then Claire Christensen comes in to try to get the ball and trips over Astasia's feet, and they call Bush for the foul? I don't get it. Free throw good on the first one for Christensen. And good on the second one as well.
Timeout CM, I think.
30-second timeout by Civic Memorial. We'll step aside for that long as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquee Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquee to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 2:45 left to play here in the second quarter. Lady Kahawks have only scored 1 point thus far in quarter number 2. They're in trouble right now. 29-17. Eagles of Civic Memorial have the lead. Here is Faith Liljegren, who flings a pass to Becker. And now back out front for Liljegren it goes. Back over to Becker on the wing, up underneath, trying to slam a pass into the paint for Knutson, but luckily Collinsville keeps control of it. Here is Gary out to the top of the key. There's a lob pass that Katie Knutson does a nice job to keep from going out of bounds, and Becker at the free throw line takes a shot, can't get it to go. Rebound out front. Liljegren overshoots the basket, and then Katie Knutson gets mugged underneath the basket, and that one is going to go against Jackie Wolfel, and that's going to be her third. Katie Knutson to the free throw line, where she is 9 of 16 so far in the year. This is her first trip to the charity stripe this year, or this game, excuse me. And thankfully she hits it. That's all that Collinsville seems to be able to get right now, are free throws. The only 2 points in this quarter thus far have been from the free throw line. If she can make this one, it'll bring Collinsville back to within 10. And she makes both. 29-19. Civic Memorial with the lead and the ball. 3-point top of the key from Tyus. No good. Rebound poked by Gary. Nice move by the freshman. In the paint. Reverse layup. Good. How about that from the freshman?
Well, I mean, judging from, from everything we've heard about her running cross country, we've assumed that Jordan's been a good athlete. And, now you get to sort of see it for ourselves, as it were.
Kelby Zupan picks up that foul. And at the free throw line, Jordan Gary hits her one and only. And she is now 2 of 3 from the free throw line on the year. And that brings Collinsville back to within 7. That's a lot better on the scoreboard, I think, anyway. 1:40 left to play here in this second quarter. Here is Tyus right in front of Collinsville head coach Lori Billy. Tyus takes it around into the slot between the two circles. Now over onto the far wing. A pass for Booz. Back out for Tyus. Tyus drives in from the left wing. Bounce pass. That's picked off by Gary, but she couldn't hold on to it. And now Hall just outside the lane. Almost traveled there. And now Tyus with it once again as we have 1:15 left to play here in this first half. There is Zupan. out front, now back over onto the wing. Tyus, another three-point try. It rims out. Hall is there with the rebound. Put back is no good. Next rebound, whistle.
One thing that I've kind of noticed is that the Eagles are dominating the offensive glass so far.
That they are. Natalie Becker will get called for her first foul. That is the team's 8th. And up there at the free throw line for the first time, Kelby Zupan, and she hits the first one. Zupan came in 2 of 5 from the free throw line before this game. 1:02 left to play here in this first half. Zupan, another free throw, and that one's good as well. Asia Ray, excuse me. Azia. I thought it was Azia. Asia Ray back into the game. Here is Faith Lilligren for Collinsville. Under a minute to go. Quarter number 2. Collinsville trailing. As Lilligren gets us a little bit closer. 31-24. 40 seconds left to play here in this first half. Out front it goes to Hall at the free throw line. Inside. She gets the bucket and the bruise.
Good Kitty Knutson with a foul. That is her.
Knutson's second. 9th team foul, and Anna Hall, who is 0 for 1 at the free throw line, will get 1 shot. That one's good.
That is
14 points now for Hall here in the first half. And it's a 10-point lead once again for CM. And here is Faith Lilligren for Collinsville. Kahawks would like to play for the last shot and get this down to single digits as the two teams go into the locker room. Here is Knutson. Knutson trying to spin around and back out to Riley Doyle. Doyle from the left wing picks up her dribble and throws it right into the hands of Jackie Wolfel. And Wolfel hands it off underneath. Shot no good. And the rebound belongs to CM. And then a backwards shot over the shoulder by Boos. And that is how this first half comes to an end with the Civic Memorial Lady Eagles leading your Lady Kahawks by a score of 36-24. Time now to take you into the Cafe Agape halftime show, brought to you by my friend Ron McGee. He and his daughter Dana McGee are here taking in this game. Got to see them right before. Anyway, Cafe Agape in Collinsville, nachos, burgers, a host of all kinds of sides to choose from. Wonderful entrees like pork steaks, smoked meatloaf, and you name it, they got it in the way of sides, folks. Corn, green beans, mashed potatoes, loaded mashed potatoes, baked beans, macaroni and cheese. I tell you, they got some of the best food to choose from in the area, and they love to cater. They would love to cater your business luncheon or any other type of meeting you have, or if you're getting married, well, they'll do that too. Cafe Agape, 345 Cafe, 345-2233. We'll take a look and see if we can find some scores to pass along to you. I know the Blues are in action tonight, so we'll take a look at the scoreboard, pass anything we find on to you next as the Cafe Agape halftime show is here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape halftime show here in Collinsville, where our halftime score is 36-24 in favor of Civic Memorial over your Lady Kahawks. Other scores that we have to pass along to you: the Blues are in Chicago playing the Blackhawks, and with about 5 minutes to go in the first period of that one, Collinsville leads by a score, St. Louis leads by a score of 1-0 on a goal by Mackenzie McEachran. And let's see on the old score stream what we can find for you. We have, what in the world? Yeah, I got nothing here. I got yesterday's scores. 62-33 Galesburg over Alton. Here's Collinsville scores, 57-44. We cannot be the only show in town tonight here, man. Come on. This, okay, I got a 0-0 score, Gillespie and Alton. There you go. And, yeah, that's about all I can find right now. How about that? That's not much of a halftime show. I'm going to have to find some other way to get some scores besides this score stream thing, because it's not working. We have our score. Somebody from here, probably Chris Keller over here, probably just did that. So we'll see if we can find some more stuff for you. At any rate, on other scores, we can tell you what's going on here. 36-24 is our score. At halftime, Collinsville led 16-14 after the first quarter of play, but Collinsville ran into some trouble created by themselves mostly, and Civic Memorial outscored Collinsville 22-8 in that second quarter. Collinsville didn't get their first point in that second quarter until there was less than 2:45 left to play in the half, and at one point, CM went on a 16-0 run. At one point, it was 16-6 Collinsville. And then before you knew it, it was 26-16 in favor of Civic Memorial. Collinsville has just as many rebounds as they do turnovers. That's never a good thing. And the total number on that is 10. So the Lady Eagles out rebounding Collinsville 16-10, while Civic Memorial has turned the ball over 7 times. Leading scorer in this one right now, the only one in double digits, is Anna Hall with 14 for Civic Memorial, but not far behind her. Kelby Zupan has 7, and Harper Booth has 6. 4 points for Cortland Tyus. Claire Christensen has 3, and Tori Standifer has 2. Leading scorer for Collinsville, 6 by Kristen Mitchell, 5 apiece for Katie Knutson and Faith Liljegren, 3 for Jordan Gary, and then 2 points apiece for Riley Doyle and Astasia Bush. From the lines, Collinsville 4 of 6 from the free throw line, while the Eagles are 6 of 8. Collinsville has hit the only three-pointer they've tried. That was by Kristen Mitchell. So the Kahoks are 1 for 1 from the three-point stripe, while the Lady Eagles, they struggled from early on from three-point land. They were 0 for their first 7, I believe, but ended up hitting 2 of 10 in that first half. Second half action is due to come your way next. Thank you for your time and your patience here on the Cafe Agape halftime show. Quarter number 3 getting ready to start in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahawks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Todd Duke and Zach Roseman back with you live from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, where we are underway in quarter number 3. Collinsville with a 12-point deficit that they need to erase if they want to come out on top of this one. And right now, Collinsville starting off with the ball. And on the offensive moves, here is Christian Mitchell, who, as soon as I was getting ready to say her name, I saw her feet move. Collinsville turns the ball over for the 11th time. 10-point swing between the two quarters. Collinsville led by 2, and now CM leads by 12. And the Eagles with the ball for the first time here in the second half. Top of the key, Anna Hall, wide open three-point shot, and she nails it. (39-24), Civic Memorial in the lead. Here is Liljegren in front of the free throw line. Takes the shot, rolls all the way around the rim. Rebound belongs to Knutson. Back out front, Kristen Mitchell. 3-point. Nope, that rattles as well. And this time the rebound belongs to CM. They throw the ball down court, almost threw it away. Nice grab by Standifer. And now we're going to have a jump ball called and the possession arrow in favor of CM. Just underway here in this third quarter. 1 minute has expired. And Tyus with the inbound pass for the Lady Eagles does so, and immediately, shot off the glass. Wouldn't even go near the rim. Rebound belongs to Kristen Mitchell. Kahawks bring it up. Here's Knutson. Knutson loses control of the ball, but it pops right to Doyle, who gives it up to Liljegren, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Standifer. So Collinsville will get to keep it. Looking for a way to score some points are the Lady Kahawks. Inbound pass comes right in front of the Lady Kahok bench by Faith Liljegren. She throws it into Bush at the top of the key, and Bush will back her way up to the center court stripe. 6:45 to play here in this third quarter. Here is Riley Doyle. Doyle over onto the right wing, into the right-hand corner now for Bush. Underneath, Mitchell, shot good off the glass for 2. Kristen Mitchell now with 8 points as Collinsville puts on some backcourt pressure, but the Lady Eagles break it. Standifer into the corner it goes, and driving the baseline, takes a shot, and that one falls in for Harper Booz. There's Liljegren for Collinsville. Hands the ball off to Kristen Mitchell, and streaking right up the side of the paint was Katie Knutson, but that ball was knocked away before Knutson could get her hands on it. Collinsville's ball. Riley Doyle inbounds, does so to Mitchell. Mitchell, top of the key now for Liljegren. Liljegren inside for Knutson. She swats at the ball and loses control of it. Now it's on the ground. Another jump ball called this time. Possession arrow changes direction, so Collinsville gets to keep it. So Riley Doyle will inbound. Once again, just a different side of the basket. Out front to Bush. Bush in the slot, drives forward, hands it off to Liljegren. Liljegren to Knutson. Knutson drives in the paint, takes the shot, and can't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to Civic Memorial. They throw the ball up to Tyus. A little fast break there and a little travel there as well. Collinsville with a chance to dent this a little bit so far. Kahoks have only scored the 2 points since the third quarter started, while CM has scored 5. Here's Faith Liljegren. Liljegren brings the ball across the timeline with 5.5 to go here in this third quarter. Tries to bounce it into Mitchell, but it's picked off by Booz, and then a whistle as Collinsville is going to be guilty of another infraction. As Faith Liljegren picks up her first personal foul, and it is the team's first here in this half. Natalie Becker comes in, takes the place of Astasia Bush. Standifer inbounds into the backcourt for Tyus, and the Lady Eagles bring it up across the timeline once again. Over onto the far side for Boos. Boos, top of the key for Hall. Back over to Tyus on the right wing. 3-point shot, that one's short. Tyus, thankfully, has not found her 3-point shot tonight, because if she did, I believe this game would already be over. Whistle on the play. Ball ends up being knocked out of bounds. Collinsville will keep it. And once again, Riley Doyle will inbound. Doyle to Mitchell, just outside the paint, and a charging foul against Kristen Mitchell. She kind of just plowed over Standifer. Second team foul now for the Kahawks. That is the third foul for Mitchell. Bush also has 3. Everybody else 2 or less. Tyus gets the ball to Booz. She's double teamed as Collinsville puts on some pressure in the backcourt. That's broken by the Eagles as they find Hall across the line. Now deep into the corner. Tyus, another 3-point shot won't fall. Rebound belongs to Tyler Booz, and she banks it off the glass for 2 more points. And it's now 43-26. Collinsville can't find the scoring touch. Here is Mitchell. She's fouled, and that one is going to belong to Claire Christensen. It'll be her first, team first to the free throw line. Kristen Mitchell, she is 1 for 1 in this game from the line. And Collinsville, they're in need of some points. They need a lot. Oh, wrong one. Kelby Zupan comes back into the game. Tyus goes out for a while. There is Mitchell, and she makes both. CM with the ball and the lead. Here is Anna Hall. Anna Hall scrambles up to the top of the key and ditches it up in the corner for Booz. Booz back out to Hall, and then Hall will underhand it and give it up to Zupan. Zupan at the top of the key bounces it back to Hall, who steps out of the perimeter over on the left wing. Now over into the left-hand corner. That's Booz once again. Out to the free throw line. That is Christensen, and now back to number 3, Kelby Zupan. Almost a lost ball there, and now Zupan will take a three-point shot. She'll miss it. It's nothing but air, but the loose ball was picked up and put back in by Anna Hall. And Hall is on her way to a 20-point night here real quick. There's a ball that ends up being tipped out of bounds. I believe we had a foul before that, though. That'll go against Standifer. Her first, team second. Each team now with 2 here in the second half. We have 3:44 left to play here in this third quarter. Kristen Mitchell with a big three-point shot that wouldn't fall. She's the only one that's taken a three-point shot all night. She's hit 1 and has missed 2. Here is Booz over in the corner for Anna Hall, and she has hit her third three-point shot of the night, has Anna Hall. And it is now 48-28. Tipped off the side of the rim, but the rebound belongs to the Lady Eagles. By the way, the JV team didn't fare much better either, but I only bring that up because of the lopsidedness of this score, as it's getting ready to be just that, very lopsided. We had a foul at the other end, and it's going to go against the Eagles. That'll be her second in a row. They had the mercy rule in effect in the JV game, as the JV Lady Eagles manhandled the Lady Kahawks 66-26. Beat them by 40 points. Right now, it's a 20-point lead here. Collinsville gets the ball back with 3 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Here is Gary. Almost lost control. Now she does, and she'll find it and pick it back up to Knutson. Stasia Bush was left all alone under the glass, so she banks one in. Her 4th point of the night. And Collinsville trying to nibble away at some of that 20-point lead. That was almost a turnover, but up underneath the basket, Standifer was found alone underneath the glass just like Bush was, and she turns it into 2 points for her team. 50-30. Knutson brings it all the way down and gets her first points here in this second half. Collinsville putting on some pressure, trying to get the ball back. Boy, if Faith Liljegren would have turned around, she might have been able to rip that ball off, and now we're going to have a foul against Faith Liljegren, which looked more like a travel. Before the foul was called, it looked more like a travel than anything. As Tyus and Wolf will come back in for CM, and our other freshman on the team, Jenna Scheller of the 6'2" variety, checks in for the first time here for Collinsville. Here's a three-point shot that chips over the rim and into the hands of Astasia Bush. Bush brings it up across the timeline, gives to Knutson. Knutson at the free throw line, drives in a one-arm left-hand slingshot by Knutson off the glass for 2. That one looked pretty good. 50-34, see him with the lead. Here is Tyus all the way back out in the slot. He'll dribble the ball forward and hand the ball off to Booz, who hands the ball off, and a shot taken, nothing there. And Jenna Scheller is there with the rebound for Collinsville. Here is Knutson. 1:35 left to play here in this third quarter. Knutson dribbles and then kicks it right off of the arm of Tyus and out of bounds, so Collinsville will inbound. And it'll be Gary, the 2 freshmen on the floor for Collinsville, along with Megan Jansen, another freshman. I forgot we had 3 of them on the team, so 3 freshmen on the floor at the same time here for the Lady Kahawks. The only 2 that are not of the freshman variety is the junior Astasia Bush and the senior Katie Knutson. Jenna Christensen checks into the game now for CM, taking the place of Jackie Wolfel. Here's the inbound pass. Knutson off the glass, can't get it to fall, and the ball tipped right into the hands of Tyus. Tyus brings it across the timeline with 1:20 left to play here in this third quarter. 50-34. 16-point lead belongs to CM as they cycle the ball out around the front of the perimeter. And Into the paint it goes. Shot taken, and the basket made by Maura Niemeyer. That's her first points of the game. CM back up by 18. Here is Knutson right in front of her bench. Gives to Scheller. Scheller back to Knutson. Knutson gets double teamed, and one of them is going to commit the foul. And that one is going to go against Kelby Zupon, and that'll be her second. Team fifth, excuse me. Now, more player changes here for Collinsville as a couple of the freshmen go off. Scheller stays out there, but Doyle and Mitchell and Liljegren all check back in. And Jordan Gary stays out there as well. Gary inbounds to Kristen Mitchell at the top of the key, drives in from the wing, gives it up to Doyle. Doyle at the free throw line, takes the off-balance shot. She's fouled. Chelsea will head to the line for a couple of shots, and Harper Booz will pick up her first foul of this game. Team sixth. So one more, and Collinsville is into a 1-1 situation. So if there's any kind of a comeback going to happen here, that'll help. Here is Riley Doyle. Her first trip to the free throw line here tonight. 5 of 7 on the year. And she misses the first one. 52-34. Lady Eagles with the lead, and Doyle hits the second one. That makes it 52-35. 40 seconds left to play here in quarter number 3. Here is Tyus on the left wing. Dribbles, drives, takes a shot. That's a pretty good shot there, too, for Cortland Tyus. Her 6th point here in this game. That makes it 54-35. Here is Faith Liljegren. Liljegren pushes off. No call. The girl who didn't get pushed off on, Tyus, she was asking the referee, what about that? Rebound belongs to Civic Memorial anyway. And CM brings it up with the lead, and under 10 seconds to go, Tyus with a three-point try. She finally hits one. And right before the buzzer, she'll hit one, and then a three-point try the other way. Falls a little bit short. And that's going to do it for quarter number 3, where we head to the fourth quarter with Collinsville trailing 57-35. We're back with the start of the fourth quarter here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman along with you. Zach was very quiet that last quarter as he was eating popcorn, and I didn't want anybody to hear all that crunching going on. There's a miss by CM and then a whistle. As we begin this fourth quarter with Collinsville down 57-35. Collinsville scored 11 points in that third quarter, but CM scored 19. Here is Katie Knutson for Collinsville, just outside the lane, and now she's being pressed in the corner and tries to get rid of the ball, so she bounces it right off of the foot of Jenna Christensen, the 5'9 senior for CM, but
went through her legs.
It went through her legs and out of bounds. Yeah.
kind of another frustrating situation there for Collinsville. Turnovers and offensive rebounding have been the thing that's sort of, offensive rebounding especially, has been the things that have killed them tonight.
There is Tyus for the Lady Eagles. As now, CM would like to do nothing but waste time. And a turnover will give the ball back to Collinsville. Here is Katie Knudsen. She has Liljegren over on the other wing. She gives it up for Faith, and Faith drives in from the wing, takes the shot, gets it to fall, and will go to the line for 2.
She has 7 points now.
Cortland Tyus picks up her first personal foul. 7th team foul, so Collinsville will be shooting free throws from here on out. Bush will check back in. Riley Doyle will head to the bench. Scheller stays out on the floor for Collinsville. The rest of the 4 are the starters. Liljegren at the free throw line, 1 for 2 tonight. Liljegren, Bush, Mitchell, and Knudsen on the floor. And the free throw is good for Faith. And Collinsville gets a little bit closer as CM cycles the ball outside of the perimeter for a while before Harper Booz takes care of another shot. Booz now with 12 points on the night. Here is Liljegren for Collinsville. Well, it doesn't get any easier after this there, Zach Roseman, as the Edwardsville Lady Tigers come to town Thursday.
Well, I mean, from what I've seen, the Lady Tigers are undefeated. 4-0, played, I believe they played Belleville East, and apart from that, they played several other large schools in the O'Fallon shootout, for lack of a better term. I know they played Ladue and beat them by about 20, so another tough test, but I feel like if the Lady Kahawks play like they can, then they have a shot.
If they play like this, they won't.
That's definitely true.
Here is Hall. She tries to enter the perimeter, but kept out by Knudsen, and a loose ball almost picked up by Collinsville, but then Hall gets it back at the free throw line, hands the ball off to Woelfel, and a loose ball picked up by Tyus before it went out of bounds. Tyus gets around Liljegren, a underhand pass into the corner, and a drive baseline that was halted by a Woelfel travel.
Well, it looks like now that they still have their starters in, but I think CM's primary goal here is just to pretty much run clock.
Run the clock. That's the name of the game right now.
You're up 20 now with 6 minutes left. It's unlikely that crazier things have happened, but it seems unlikely that Collinsville are going to make a comeback.
Boy, that would be a whale of a comeback we'd be talking about for decades, wouldn't it be?
Yes. Certainly be one of the bigger ones I've seen in my memory. Granted, you've been watching basketball a lot longer than I have.
Harper Booz picks up her second foul, her team's 8th. Kristen Mitchell at the free throw line misses the first. I see a couple of ex-players of Coach Billy sitting behind the bench. It's Coach Billy's 10th year as the Lady Kahawk head coach. We'll have a game for you coming up here in about 10 days or so. That'll be at O'Fallon. That'll be Coach Billy's 250th game as a head coach for Collinsville.
She's at somewhere in the neighborhood of 115, 120 wins, I would think.
I have that information right here, sir, as a three-point shot is missed by Civic Memorial. 118 wins coming into this game. Here is Katie Knudsen. She takes that shot a little bit too hard, rolls off the side on the other side of the rim, and CM gets the rebound, and there's Hall who gets the ball and takes a three-point shot. That's no good, but there with the rebound and the putback is Tori Standifer. And it's now 61-38. There's a shot, no good. Katie Knudsen with the rebound, but she's fouled as she went up. So it'll be
I think they're going to say it's on the floor.
1-and-1 time, yeah. And this one's going to go against Zupan. Kelby has picked up her third. Team 9th. So the next foul will put Collinsville at the line for 2. We'll have the boys here Friday, too. We'll be here Thursday for Edwardsville. Tomorrow, we have to layer up as we head to the McKendree Recplex and bring you some ice hockey. Collinsville taking on Belleville, a rematch of last year's championship match. We were supposed to have a rematch of that during the season opener, but that's when the battery on the laptop went dead right in the middle of the pregame show. Knudsen hits that free throw. Now she is 2 for 3 on the night, and shot number 4 coming up. And that one's good as well. 61-40. With 4:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here is Standifer. She'll fling the ball over onto the wing for Booze. Now back over to Standifer, who is on the opposite wing, right in front of her bench, and her coach, Jonathan Denny. Now out front for Tyus. I'm surprised that Coach Denny has got his starters out there for this long with 4:25 left to go, and his team up by 21. Is that a charging call? Sure was.
Yeah,
sure was.
Kristen Mitchell was just sort of standing there, and then Tyus just sort of ran into her. I mean, can't really call a block because Kristen was there. I guess the charge is the best call you can make.
Asia Ray checks back into the game for CM as Collinsville brings the ball up court. Here is Knudsen. Katie over into the corner for Gary. Gary, the freshman, back into the game. Faith Lodgegren with a three-point shot. That misses the mark. Rebound, Knudsen. She tries to go back up, but she travels.
Well,
I think that was the first three-point shot taken from somebody else not named Kristen Mitchell, except for the heave-ho at the end of the first quarter, I believe.
Well, I mean, as sort of appears that as last year's team was, this Collinsville team is not going to be a team that shoots the three much.
I think Coach Billy got away from that because it just wasn't working, so she got away from it and has stayed away from it for a while.
Well,
but here's the good news. Collinsville had 10 turnovers in the first half. So far, they've only got 2 here in the second half, so they did cut down on that aspect of this game.
Foul call, that'll be on Kristen.
Kristen Mitchell will pick up her 4th. Last year in the game that CM won 51-42, Kristen Mitchell, Bria King, and Katie Fenton all fouled out in that game. That was a game that Collinsville led as well. I believe they Collinsville led 20-16 at halftime of that game and ended up losing it over in Bethalto. Here's an air ball that initially was picked up by CM, and it seems like Stacia Bush may get called for a foul here during
they're going to get her on a
reach for that ball, and that's her 4th.
4, yeah.
So her and Kristen Mitchell now have 4. Inbound pass comes in, and into the corner it goes, but not taking a shot was Ray. Out to the front for Booze. Back over to Ray. Back to Booze. Over on the far side for Standifer. Standifer right in front of her coach and her bench. Gets the ball right back from Hall and drives the lane and then loses her footing. Luckily, the ball went right to her teammate, Ray. Back out front now it goes to Hall. Over here on this side for Booze. Booze back over on the left wing now for Standifer. And back to the top of the key for Ray. Now over to this side. And a bounce pass into the corner for Hall. She drives, cuts across the lane, and is fouled. And will go up for 2 shots. And if that's against Kristen Mitchell, she's done for the night. Yep. That is her 5th. So Kristen Mitchell has fouled out her last 2 contests while facing the Lady Eagles, as Riley Doyle will come in to take her place. And at the line will be Anna Hall. She is 1 for 2 from the free throw line here in this one. Hits that one.
She has 23.
23 points. Came in averaging 18.8. And the next one's good as well. 63-40 as Faith Lodgegren checks back in. Natalie Becker will head to the bench. Nastasia Bush with her 4 fouls. Inbounds to Gary. Jordan Gary, the 5'6 freshman, gets it right back from Bush. Oh, then she takes a tumble and a loose ball on the ground. Knutsen's got her mitts around it, but now they're going to call a jump ball, and the possession arrow says Collinsville will keep it. 2:49 left to play here in this fourth quarter. We'll see if Coach Billy remembers to come up and talk to me after the game. These first games of the year, man, coaches hardly ever remember to come up and talk to me afterwards.
Well, Coach Billy.
She's always pretty good about it, but even she's forgotten a year or two. Here is Gary. Nice job keeping that ball from going out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table. And now Coach Billy will call a timeout as her player was trapped over there in the corner. 30-second timeout. We will step aside for just as long, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Todd Duke and Zach Roseman back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. You got to keep yours up a little higher than mine. I got a bigger boomier voice than you do. Here is Faith Liljegren in front of the scorer's table. Liljegren brings it around and tries to get rid of Tyus with a couple of little fancy footwork moves there, and she travels. Too much fancy footwork. Kahok, the Blues are now up by a score of 2-0 in the second. Told you about McEachran scoring the first goal. Jaden Schwartz picks up the other goal. And the Blues are looking for win number 4 in a row against the once almighty Blackhawks, who now are not also mighty. They are in last place. They finished in last place last year, too. Does my heart good. Makes me feel good to know that the Chicago Blackhawks are in last place. Top of the key, the Civic Memorial Eagles are just running out the rest of the string of this game here as we are under 2 minutes to play. 63-40 is our score. Eagles with the lead and Eagles with the ball. Here is Standifer and whistle.
Foul.
That one's going to go against Kelby Zupan. Oh, now they're going to call it against Jackie Wolfer. That'll be her fourth. At either rate, Zupan would have been her fourth as well.
They're saying that's 5 on her.
I guess so. I might have missed one. It happens.
Well,
I forget things all the time. Ask my wife. 1:45 left to play in this one. Collinsville and Megan Jansen had the ball. Now to Katie Knutsen. Knutsen dribbles, drives baseline, has that ball popped out of her hands by Anna Hall. Collinsville will get to keep it. And the inbound pass will be handled by Riley Doyle. Out front to Knutsen. She'll take it. She'll lose control of it. But Doyle finds the handle. And she's double-teamed. And then gets mugged. No call on the play. And Coach Billy's beside herself. She turns her back on the whole floor.
And looks like we are going to... Not sure who that is. So
we'll find out here in a moment, I'm sure.
Jenna Scheller will
Here's
come in.
Tyus out the top of the key. And I got to get used to some new numbers and some new names here. And give me a minute, and I will. Over on the far side, Anna Hall is still in the game, too. So is Tyus. She has the ball. Now over to this side for Allie Hardy, the 5'9 junior. Back over this way for Jenna Christensen. She's been in the game a couple of times. Standifer, a one-arm pass across the way for Hall. 45 seconds to play in this one. Over on the far side, three-point shot. Rattles, won't fall. Nastasia Bush is there with the rebound for Collinsville. Over to Knutsen. Knutsen to Doyle. Three-point shot from the corner, no good. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville once again. And underneath, Katie Knutsen will bank it off the glass for 2.
And now the benches shall empty.
And that they do.
Natalie Becker, Brooke Scott.
And all kinds of other names I don't have. I don't have a program yet. I was going to get one and totally forgot.
I believe number 10 is Megan Jansen.
I have her number. I have Brooke Scott.
I'm not sure who.
And 13 is the one I don't have. as CM just cycles the ball outside of the perimeter. Here's a three-point shot. That misses the mark. And the rebound whistled as Collinsville got their hands on it. Natalie Becker did. And a foul coming up against Jenna Christensen. That'll be her first. 3.1 seconds left, and Collinsville will end their offensive night, most likely at the free throw line. As Natalie Becker steps up, she is 1 for 2 on the year for the Lady Kahoks from the free throw line. First shot, no good. Coach Lori Blade of the Edwardsville Lady Tigers has been here watching this game. She just now left. And she'll be back in this gym Thursday as Becker misses both. Rebound belongs to CM. They'll just hold on to the ball, and our final score will be 63-42 in favor of Civic Memorial. So Collinsville drops to 4-1 on the year as the Lady Eagles keep their perfect record intact at 6-0. As we welcome you now into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame or postgame show, Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. They're located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials, and you can give them a call to find out what those are, and you can ask them about other things as well. 344-0404 is their number. Online at cullipjennings.com. 63-42, our final score. As we head into the postgame show, we'll wrap things up here and hopefully talk things over with Collinsville head coach Lori Billy in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion, from anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings. Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Harold Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldharoldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Harold.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 3rd year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Call Up Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network, as the Collinsville Lady Kahoks dropped this one tonight by a score of 63-42 to the Civic Memorial Lady Eagles. And we have a post-game interviewee. That is Assistant Coach Moore. And Coach Moore, that was kind of one of those weird games, man. You guys started off really good. And CM had trouble finding the basket at first, so they weren't helping themselves out. And you guys took a 10-point lead, and then all of a sudden things just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, in the first quarter there, we did a pretty good job of pushing the ball up the court when they were missing some shots. Got some good shots, and fortunately, they just kind of have a very deep bench, and they just kind of wore us down. I thought the girls gave a good effort the whole time. Definitely no complaints there. That's a good team. They've been winning games by 50, 60 points, so to be with them for that first half was something we could definitely build on in the future.
Yeah, you guys had a lead on them at halftime last year when you went to their place, and you kind of had the same thing going on this year, but one of those things where they kind of wear you down with their play?
They're just so much more physical than where we started off this year. First 4 games down in Nashville, it's just kind of a different style, a slower tempo. You just pick it up this week with CM and then Edwardsville, East St. Louis, O'Fallon. You start playing the teams that are a little more rough and tough, physically up a little bit. It's just kind of a little adjustment period. We got some younger girls that are playing as subs, some freshmen that get in the game. It's just a learning experience. I hope we'll grow from it and get better.
Yeah, turnover bug kind of beat you there in that first half too. Once that lead evaporated.
When we can struggle to handle the ball at times when they get that pressure, Faith does a pretty good job usually. And when somebody else needs to step up and take advantage when she's kind of struggling a little bit or she's on the bench or whatever it will be.
You cut down on that though in the second half. I believe I had you down for 10 turnovers in the first half and only 4 in the second. So you worked on that.
Second half, we talked about just taking care of the ball, trying to make sure we got the shots we wanted. Unfortunately, we just could not knock down a outside jump shot that I think would have gave us a little bit of momentum and kind of make us feel like we were more in it in the second half. We kind of lost at the end when they got up about 20-25.
Not going to get any easier, man. Thursday you got the Edwardsville Lady Tigers coming to town. I saw them here. They were scouting things out.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're going to play us very similar in the physical style, probably not as deep of a bench, so hopefully we can keep up with their pace a little bit or try to maybe speed them up a little bit. But they definitely got some good players, just like we do. It should be a good game. It'll be fun.
Talk about the JV team for a minute. I know you can probably forget about the earlier JV game here tonight if you want to, but I know you guys, they weren't some of the girls involved in a tournament that was a freshman-sophomore thing?
Yeah, we got kind of a weird mix of numbers right now. We got sometimes they play JV, sometimes they play freshmen, so it's just kind of hard to get a set 5 to 7 to 8 girls to work with. Our freshman-sophomore played a tournament in Father McGivney, got second place. That was a good start for them. And like I said, we got 3 freshmen playing on the varsity team, so future definitely looks bright. We just got to keep building on what we're working on.
Thanks for the visit, sir. Appreciate it.
Take her easy.
Thank you. Assistant Coach Moore for your Collinsville Lady Kahawks team as they fall tonight 63-42. Leading scorer in this one was Anna Hall for Civic Memorial. She knocked down 23 points. She was the only one on her team in double digits. Right behind her, Harper Booz had 12 points, 9 points for Cortland Tyus, 7 points for Kelby Zupan, 6 points for Tori Standifer, and then you had 3 points for Claire Christensen and a couple of points for Maura Niemeyer. Leading scorer for Collinsville was Katie Knutson with 13 points. Kristen Mitchell had 10 points in the loss. Faith Lodgegren knocked down 4 points for Astasia Bush, and then 3 points apiece for Riley Doyle and Jordan Gary. From the lines, Collinsville went 10 of 17 from the free throw line, while the Lady Eagles went 7 of 10. 3-point land, 5 of 20 for Civic Memorial. They were having a rough time hitting anything in the first quarter of that game, and a lot of those 3-point misses came from there. And Collinsville only made 1 3-pointer all night, and that was from Kristen Mitchell, as the Lady Kahawks ended up 1 for 6 in that category. Collinsville was out-rebounded by CM 23-18, and we mentioned the turnovers. Collinsville turned the ball over 14 times, while the Eagles turned the ball over 10 times. That is going to do it for us from here for tonight. We're back at you tomorrow night from the McKendree Recplex, as your Collinsville Kahawk ice hockey team will hit the ice at 7:30 for a battle and a rematch of last year's championship tilt, as Belleville will provide the opposition. We'll be on the air around 7:10 with the pregame show, and the opening faceoff is at 7:30. We'll be right back here on Thursday as Collinsville will host Edwardsville, as we mentioned in the postgame conversation. And then we'll be back here on Friday as well for the boys basketball team and their home opener against O'Fallon. Big thank you to Zach Roseman for manning the camera here tonight. And another big thank you to Lori Billy for joining us on the pregame show, and Coach Moore for joining us on the postgame show. My name is Todd Duke, and until tomorrow night, everyone have a fantastic evening.